This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Even after a day's time that the Madras High Court ordered removal of the lock and seal at a construction in Nungambakkam, the CMDA does not budge. Company says they will go to court.
Till now, they have not chosen to remove the lock and seal, and CMDA has intentionally chosen not to obey this order.
The Maharaja hangs his head in shame as Air India sacks more striking pilots amid reports that it's headed for a partial lockout. 6 flights from the city don't take off.
We are not able to give the seats and tickets there. All the flights are full. See, our total plan has been destroyed.
It's Judgment Day for Class 12 students of Tamil Nadu on the 9th of May. The board results will be announced. It's lights, camera and action of Rajnikant's Rana on day 1 captured for you, an NDTV Hindu exclusive. And the superstar mania spreads to neighbour Sri Lanka as well, the biggest fan being the former Sri Lankan captain Sangha himself.
I've seen bits and pieces, little trailers of his movies, and yes, I'm a fan.
Welcome to the news tonight. I'm Evelyn Matthew, bringing you the top stories at this hour. Before we get you all of that in detail, a quick glance of the rest of the day's national headlines. KV Kamath is the new chairman of Infosys Technologies, while SD Shibulal is appointed CEO. They will take over in August. Murli Manohar Joshi submits the PAC report to the Lok Sabha Speaker on the last day of his term, says people have a right to know about the government spending. Dr. Manmohan Singh says handling high-profile cases is a litmus test for the CBI, asked the agency to carry a thorough investigation without fear. An outrage over a factory in Delhi that turns into a death trap. 10 people burnt alive. No lessons learned from the Upar tragedy. A change of guard has taken place at IT giants Infosys. Former CEO of ICICI Bank KV Kamath has been named the new chairman of Infosys Technologies to succeed NR Narayana Murthy. Alongside Chris Gopalakrishnan will now take over as co-chairman, while SD Shibulal has been appointed as the CEO. The decision came after a swift board meeting in Bangalore City. Mr. Murthy said the nominations committee gave a unanimous recommendation for Mr. Kamath to be appointed as the chairman. All appointments are effective from August this year. The current chairman NR Narayana Murthy retires during that time. TV Mohandas Pai, who resigned from the board recently, was also present at that meeting.
The nominations committee recommended, and the board today at its meeting has appointed Mr. KV Kamath as the chairman of the company, effective August 21, 2011, and he will be in charge of board governance.
Taking Murthy's position is not possible for anybody. One can only be chair of the board, but one can never be Murthy. And I once met Murthy at a function in Bangalore, and he kindly invited me to the campus. So I was just reminiscing with him. I came to the campus. He received me very warmly and took me to a conference room. And you may wonder, what is the lesson in a conference room? But to me, it has been a very significant lesson.
Moving on, it's day 4 of the Air India strike, and there has been no reprieve so far. As of now, in Chennai alone, 6 flights from the city were cancelled today, which included 3 to New Delhi, 1 to Kochi, Trivandrum and Madurai. However, the international flights remain unaffected and are right on schedule. There has been a continuous streaming of angry and disappointed passengers to the Meenambakkam airport this weekend. Though most have been informed of the cancellations on Air India, some have been in the hope of taking other flights to their respective destinations. But this has been a chance for many of the competing airlines to hike their fares to as high as 12,000 rupees to a location like Trichy, leaving several hapless. This crisis has been going on since over 800 pilots have boycotted work, with the national carrier virtually being grounded. But the management hasn't budged a bit, even sacking more pilots. The crisis is leading many to believe that the country's national airline, which got a government bailout of 2,000 crore rupees, is on the verge of a meltdown. Air India now stares at the possibility of a partial lockout. In the last 3 days, the airline has suffered a loss of an estimated 26.5 crore rupees, and the losses are only mounting. Meanwhile, the Delhi High Court has slapped contempt notices on 3 pilots for defying its order to go back to work and has also refused to stay Air India's de-recognition of the Striking Pilots Association. The pilots on their part say they are ready to go to jail. NDTV Hindu was at the Chennai airport today and gathered reactions from some of the stranded passengers there. Let's listen in to what some of them had to say.
We have booked for 8 tickets to Cochin. Simply they are telling we are not able to give the seats and tickets there. All the flights are full. See, our total plan has been destroyed.
ஏர் இந்தியாவில் ஒரு முறையான தகவல் எதுவும் இல்லை. நாங்கள் போர்ட் பிளேயர் பொறுத்து தான் வந்தோம். இப்போ பாருங்கள் திடீர்னு கேன்சல் ஆகிடுச்சு. என்ன பண்ணுறதுன்னு தெரியல. ரிட்டர்ன் டிக்கெட்டும் போட்டிருந்தோம். எதுவுமே தெரியல. இப்போ அடுத்து வேறு இருந்து போனாலும் ரேட் அதிகமாக கேட்குறாங்க. இது ஒரு வாய்ப்பு இப்போ உங்களுக்கு. மற்ற எந்த நிர்வாகத்திட்ட போனாலும் கிங்ஃபிஷர் ஸ்பைட் எது போனாலும் ரேட்டு எக்கச்சக்கமான ரேட் சொல்கிறாங்க. அதனால் ஒரு முறையான ஒரு தகவலும் கிடையாது. ஒரு அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேஷன் ரொம்ப மோசமாக இருக்குது. இதுக்கு பொதுமக்கள் தான் பாதிக்கப்படுறாங்க.
Now, it's been more than 24 hours after the Madras High Court ordered the CMDA to remove the lock and seal fixed by the authority on a building that's been under construction in the Nungambakkam area. NDTV Hindu broke this story to you. Now, the seal still has not been removed yet. The order came after the CMDA had fixed a seal on Wednesday for a 10-centimeter violation observed. The owners had immediately approached the Madras High Court for a removal of the seal. The advocate who is representing the building owners concerned, Mr. Anand Venkatesh, spoke to us and said that they have now set a 2-day deadline for the CMDA, following which they will go ahead and file a case of contempt.
They receive the order, they don't obey the order. Till now, they have not chosen to remove the lock and seal, and CMDA has intentionally chosen not to obey this order. Because the reason why I am using it is intentional, because we have already informed CMDA. The order was passed in the presence of the counsel for CMDA, and in spite of all that, CMDA has chosen not to obey this order. So therefore, as a future course of action, we are going to see what they are going to do today and tomorrow. And in case, if they are not going to obey this order, if they are not going to remove the lock and seal, then we may have to move for contempt.
Some news from the school students and parents here in Tamil Nadu. In fact, Class 12 results of the exams conducted in the month gone by are set to be announced on the 9th of May. Class 12 exams that started on the 2nd of March concluded on the 25th of the month and was attended by over 7.5 lakh students across 1,890 centres here in Tamil Nadu. Now, upset over the choice of a film title, a section of people protested outside the Besanagar residence of actor Vikram today, objecting to the use of the term Deva Thirumagan. The agitating men said that it was one fondly used by members of the Tevar community to describe the late Pasumpon Mutharamalingam Tevar, an eminent leader of the community in the state. The actor's latest venture, Deva Thirumagan, directed by Vijay, has been slated for a release soon.
தெய்வ திருமகன் பசும்பொன் தேவர் ஐயா அவர்களின் பெயருக்கும் புகழுக்கும் களங்கம் விளைவிக்கின்ற வகையில் விக்ரம் நடித்து வெளிவர இருக்கும் படத்தினுடைய பெயரை மாற்ற வேண்டும் என்று தமிழ்நாடு தேவர் பிரிவு இளைஞரணியும் அகில இந்திய பார்வையாளர்களும் இணைந்து இந்த முற்றுகை போராட்டத்தை நடத்தியிருக்கின்றது. இந்த கலைஞருடைய ஆட்சியில் தேவரினம் தொடர்ந்து பாதிக்கப்பட்டு வந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அதற்கு இதுவும் ஒரு காரணம்.
You're watching the news tonight on NDTV Hindu. Up ahead, after the many voices of rejection against him, Murli Manohar Joshi puts up a brave front and sends Meera Kumar the big male of the day.